Chandler. Bing. Bing. Chandler. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you
I can't do
no,
it.
but what on sort of forced, you do a really good. Janet? Was her name Janet?
No, yeah, I can. No.
Chandler.
Everything with me. If it's not forced,
Yeah.
I can do it.
If it's not forced, I can do it. Welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Elias.
And me, Robert.
Very nice.
That was Arnold, by the way.
Swedish Arnold. Tjena grabbar. Tjena grabbar.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great way to start the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the summer special.
Special.
Boom, kaboom, kaboom. No.
We got the fact.
I know. The facts.
The facts.
The facts. We are
Let's get fact.
So,
So
on this episode, we're going to talk about feedback and how you should ignore it.
yeah. Do you even use it? Do you
Yes.
even ask for it?
Do you need feedback?
Do you want it?
Yeah. Do you want it? Do you need
really
it?
want
Do you
it?
get it? Even though you don't want it.
Peacemaker soundtrack. Yeah.
I don't.
Wigwam.
Wigwam.
The intro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So there's not going to be this usual how are you, how are me,
How are you?
how are you, because this is an episode recorded before time. Before its time.
Yes. Before
Pre-recorded. Pre-recorded.
Before any of us listen to it.
Exactly. We've already we've abused the soundboard so much.
Yeah.
I blame Max.
Yes.
But if you like Max, you could tell him thank you from us because that's how we're able to record this fantastic podcast.
And if you are without a desk in Stockholm and you want to work with some amazing people, go to Underverket.
Exactly. Underverket.
Underverket.
Dot something.
Dot SE.
SE, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't
think
know.
so. Yeah.
Because Max
Google
hasn't
it, for fuck's sake.
updated yet.
Yeah. Or the Instagram.
Or, yeah.
Underverket works.
Yeah, it works. Something
Works.
like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just write to me.
Yeah. Or me.
Or Robert.
It's also
yeah,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
all good.
It's all good. Yeah.
But also check out the Discord that is out there of people that listen to the show and are as fucked up in the head as us are hanging out there, taking selfies and drinking coffees and drawing. So check that out through my Instagram or Robert's or Ask Robert.
Yeah.
And Robert's like, what?
I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, fuck that shit. Let's dive into today's episode.
Let's go.
Sound effects, motherfuckers. I can't.
Yeah.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
You son of a bitch.
I hope you're ready, you son of a bitch, because you're diving into it.
Let's go.
So, Robert, feedback.
Yeah. I hate it. Leave me alone.
Okay, so let's start with how did we come up with this topic?
Yeah, Elias, how did you come up with this topic?
I was talking to Matthias that has been on the show.
Matthias,
Yeah, it's always his
God
fault.
damn it, Matty.
And no, but he was just talking about being at a workshop where people were giving a lot of feedback about shit that, and his thought was like, all this feedback is just nonsense, like it's not needed in this case. Like,
Yeah, nobody likes feedback.
yeah, exactly. And fed back. That's what you give back to feedback. You don't
Exactly.
like, I am fed back.
Yeah, I'm feedback.
No, but it also brought me back to You know, like when you start something and people want to throw their opinions in the shape of feedback.
Yeah.
And it kind of discourages people to kind of, you know, do
Is
the
it
thing.
supposed to look that ugly?
Yeah.
Way.
Wow.
You son of a bitch.
You're welcome.
But it's like, I think feedback has a value. But then again, you know, sometimes people just give feedback for the sake of giving feedback.
Yeah, or just saying something.
Or saying something. And I think coming from the sort of like the gaming universe or industry, there's a lot of forced feedback. Like sometimes it's like, oh, you got to write 3 sort of points or like 3, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you need to say
like
3 different positive things.
Or it doesn't have to be positive in that sense, but it could be, you know, like masculine positivity.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes things are just, you just enjoy them for what they are and they don't need feedback. But, you know, some people insist that you should give feedback.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think something is at that stage, it's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't want to give feedback. I don't want to give feedback for the sake of giving feedback. You know what I mean? Like the feedback should have a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
And not be something that kind of just makes the person you give it to not want to do the thing.
Exactly. And in my industry, the tattoo business, it's extremely common to get way too much feedback. Like, well, how do I phrase this properly? So the way I work, let's start there. And I work with less to no feedback prior to meeting the person for the tattoo session. So I draw everything by myself, for myself, more or less, but with the instructions from the client. And then on the day we're going to tattoo, I present the design. And that's when I take in the feedback and we work with whatever we have left to fix. So I normally say that I do the whole sort of 99% of the entire piece by myself. And then I leave the 1% to the client and me to finish together. Sometimes we have to finish or go back and do like 10% or 20% or even more. But sometimes, or most of the time, knock on wood, I only have to do the last 1%. And that's just how I've learned to work the smartest in this industry. I really don't understand people that send out a design 2 weeks ahead of time, because what's going to happen? That person that gets the design is going to go to all of their friends or relatives, show the design and ask for opinions.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
Yeah.
That person is going to feel like they have to respond and say something.
Yeah.
Is that going to be positive or is it going to be negative? Sometimes, hopefully, it's just positive. And it's like, wow, that looks amazing. It's going to be great. But maybe they're going to have to, or they feel like they have to say something about, like, but have you thought about this? Like they come with stupid opinions where it's just the person that gets the design that
needs to like it. Yeah.
Because it's their private thing. Most of the time, it's not going to even be shown because it's hidden beneath clothes and
exactly.
stuff. Like, so I always try to just eliminate as many other parties as possible and just stick with my one client, the person that's giving me the money for this tattoo.
And also make sure that they're the ones who like it, that their opinions are their own, basically, you know, like regarding the tattoo design.
Exactly. And that's what I get unfiltered when I show the design. And that is nerve-wracking, like crazy, because you never know.
You never know.
They might hate it. But yeah, just getting that. And sometimes they're going to say that they like it, but I can see in their eyes that there is something. So I have to like go fishing.
No, I get that.
What?
But you've always been honest as well. Like if it doesn't feel right, you're not going to try to get them to do it just to get the money as well.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Because I've met people, you know, that don't care.
Yeah.
Like they just want their pay cut and then, you know, draw your butterfly and fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the type of tattoo artist that will tell you to, oh, maybe you should go to Nelson because like he would do that so much better than I would, even though I could definitely do it. But it'd take twice as long, cost twice the amount of money, and it would look half as good.
Yeah.
So go to Nelson. But yeah, so for me, just feedback in general is something that I try to avoid as much as possible. But that is also
if it isn't from the client,
of
on
course,
the
of
spot
course.
there, you know, like
And their feedback I value more than anything.
yeah, because
And it's always like we are creating this together.
Mhm.
I can't start the design without their first
Input,
thoughts and the way they see it and reference images and just stuff they like. Or, you know, there's a lot of things that I try to collect before I go into even starting the design. And then it's always together with this person, but just through text or verbally.
Mhm.
And then I create by myself. Because that way I get it just straight from, well, my heart, I guess. Like I get as much of me into it as possible, and then we finish it together.
I'm thinking of something you said like I don't know, a year ago or something regarding that type of work as well. Is, you know, when people like keep sending you stuff, they get new ideas, because some people are like that, you know, they can't just stick to the one thing.
Yeah.
Like their idea keeps changing, so you have nothing to work with eventually, or you have too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, but dude, it's just like this small design. Like all your ideas are cool for like a big fucking ass tattoo, but not for this like little thing that we're gonna do. You know, it's one arm. Like how much stuff you think we can fit, you know, on whatever part of your body.
Yeah. But that I ask for that. I always tell them, like, don't be afraid to just keep sending me stuff, because the more stuff you send me, the more I'm going to understand the big vision that you're wanting to get to. If it's way too different things, like sometimes, just like you said, they just keep sending you random things.
No, but I mean, like
It's like,
every
this is cool,
image.
this is
yeah,
cool, this is cool.
exactly.
You know,
They
like-
send you like Pinterest.com.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nothing is coherent.
nothing
I don't see
yeah.
a pattern here at all.
Yeah.
But most of the time you get a sense of like, okay, so this is the style that they really like. That's something that I can see in most of these images. Cool. So try to emulate that in my way, you know. So it always gives me more the more I get, of course. But sometimes, like you said, they're coming in to just do a small little symbol and they keep sending full sleeves of different things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
look at this is awesome. Maybe it's just because they think it's awesome and we're like buddies, or it's that they just don't understand the tattoo process and they think they're being helpful by showing me stuff they really like. But we're just going to do the text. So like, what's the whole point,
What's the point of all this?
like,
Yeah.
just send me the font, okay? But it's, I don't know. I think mostly because of my background as a graphic designer and doing all of that stuff on a freelance basis, but also under like a huge company, just knowing the feedback loop of death that it normally is, which sometimes takes 1-2 months.
Yep, too much feedback.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's the worst thing ever, and I don't ever want to go through that again, because it ruins you. It ruins the creativity.
Yeah, you get jaded. Like you hate it like at some point, and it's something that you love and you hate it, you know, because it's stuck in that fucking endless little loop.
And because I've been on the other side, being the person that gives the feedback, I know exactly what we think, and it's again like, I just feel like I need to say something, otherwise I'm not doing my job. So you just force something in you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to write anything.
But I think that comes with experience as well. You know, you came in, you know, from nobody to, you know, like a company that is like a conglomerate of fucking, you know.
Oh, they rule the world.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And they're still like, out of all the toys that have come and gone, they're still like
one of the top ones.
Top fucking ones.
It's so impressive, really.
You know what the weirdest thing about those toys are as well? Like grown-ups play with them.
Yeah.
Dude,
Tell me about it.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
And let's not name drop. If you haven't figured it out, you're not cool enough.
Exactly.
Or not cool enough.
Probably
or
not.
cool.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Nah.
No, but that's just like going into my very, very specific way of working and, well, feedback in general. It's something that I have to have in my line of work, but I try to avoid as much as possible in my line of work. So it's a weird thing, but yeah. So I'm tossing it back to you. Why don't you monologue for a bit?
Okay.
No, but yeah, how going back to King Days versus Thunderkick.
It's the same.
Same?
Like, it's just less meetings at Thunderkick. We do more than we, feedback. Like, we feedback everything.
Yeah.
And we kind of have to because you
Is
get
it
very...
the same process?
No. Because my problem with working at a company like King is that you need to have a million meetings.
Yeah, it's too big.
Yeah,
Like
and sometimes it's like meetings about how to do something instead of trying one way and then improving on it. Because it's like these endless discussions and you leave and you're like, we came to no conclusion.
Yeah.
Like, we are no closer to making this feature or this thing than we were before this
sometimes
meeting.
even more confused.
Or even
Yeah,
more confused because now you've opened sort of like more timelines that you need to kind of adhere to, like a Marvel universe,
Yeah.
just to put it in perspective. And then it's just more stuff you can't keep track of. And
Yeah.
then you have another meeting and nothing gets concluded there either. And you open up more fucking paths and you're like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Like, this is so much bigger. Like, we should have just made a prototype of something, and that would have given us because like, you'll make something within the limitations that you have, and then from there you can start making other stuff, and that's the way that I like doing it, and that's why I think that feedback is awesome, but you need to do something before you get feedback. Like an idea on paper is just an idea on paper. Like, if you don't execute anything, there's no point in having any feedback,
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't apply to everything, but to me, I need to do something. And then once I've done the something, you learn so much.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to work, so I don't even have to consider that right now.
Scrap it. Start
Scrap
over.
it, exactly.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, once you put something out, you also know what you can and can't do anymore. So
Exactly.
a lot of the sort of like, you can peel off a lot of the shit that you don't have to consider anymore, because those paths are gone now, because you can't at this very stage in time do anything. And I think it's so much simpler than discussing forever. And then, you start questioning everything and you just get scared to fail because, or something like, no, just do the thing. And then once you have something, start from there, and then you can ask for feedback.
Exactly.
And it might be, you say like, this is what I've done. These are my limitations. But within this, what can we do?
Yeah.
And that's when feedback can get valuable. Like, oh, have you thought about that? Oh, shit. Okay, that opens up possibilities that I didn't think about. But I think, like, sometimes, when you have this idea or a product or, whatever kind of shit you create, and you start asking people too early about, like, and you get, like, you start second guessing yourself, questioning your
But
idea.
that's also getting feedback from people who can't give feedback, because
Or
most
just
of the time it's people think feedback should be a negative thing, like that you find negative things in a piece that you say that's wrong. Like,
yeah, maybe. But I think people have, like,
most people should
most
know
people
what,
know what
and how
feedback
you
is
give
and
feedback.
how you give it.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of people that don't, that think they are entitled to have sort of input graphically when they don't even work
When you
with
kill microphones.
the graphic stuff.
Yeah.
They're only programmers. Like, should they or should they not have feedback on an artistic style?
I think
Of a
they
game.
should, in some extent, not a style, but I think, like, since I work a lot with programmers specifically,
It was just a random
I do
example,
get it, but I do think that people outside of graphics should give input on graphics, because they are initially the people that are going to play it, not only graphics people.
Yes.
But I would say that the problem with some feedback, though, is that, like, feedback stems from a place of, like, depending on how you know a person.
Yeah.
So if your parents will tell you not to pursue art because it's garbage, you're not going to make a living. So there's that fear of survival and they want the best for you.
Yeah.
Then there's, the people that are, like, they like it when you do mediocre.
Yeah.
But as soon as you do stuff that, like, leaves them in the dust, it's hard for them to give you proper feedback. There are all these things.
But
like,
it's also like, where do you, like what is feedback and what is an opinion and what is a good idea.
I think, and that's where it kind of gets depending on what angle you're looking from. Your parents will tell you not to pursue art depending on, the living circumstances in your country and what they went through as when they were young.
Yeah.
So if they're like, everything for a good job, they want you to become a doctor, like the cliche kind of thing. And then, if your parents both majored in art and did fine, they're going to,
Push
tell you
that.
to become an artist. So it all depends on who's giving the feedback and kind of what they experienced prior to that. And I think, like, I will always tell you to pursue something because your success is my success, I'm happy for you. But I remember days when that wasn't a thing. Like, I just, you look at people that succeed and you're like, why isn't that working for me?
Yeah.
And it's the me all the time,
Yeah.
And some people are still in that when they get older,
Yeah, some people can't let go of the me.
Yeah, because, when I work...
I'm entitled.
Exactly. But when I worked as a
Millennials.
merchandiser, for example, and you tell people like, oh, yeah, I'm just pursuing shit that I like, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit here. And they're like, oh, no, but I think you should still work here because, like safety and no, that's your thing.
That's
You
your
know what
worries.
I mean? That's
Yeah.
your worries. I don't worry about that. Like, I'd rather eat noodles than work here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll
Yeah.
rather take that because I don't have that fear that you have, and maybe not the dependencies
Or you
of
do,
this job.
but you can see past it.
Exactly.
Because that fear is always going to be there. Of
It's
course.
always
It's in the
there,
back of our heads always.
Yeah.
But we're either stupid enough or brave enough to go
I
go
think
for it.
those two
anyways.
things go hand in hand as
Yeah.
well. Like the right amount of stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does, Elias.
Exactly. And but again, it also depends on, let's say like that guy and me are in a similar position, but then again my rent is lower.
Yeah.
Then I don't worry as much as he does because
Oh, of
I don't have
course.
to make the same amount of money that he does to pay
Yeah.
his rent.
So
that's
you
like
can
double
actually
mine.
work half time
and still make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and live, on a minimum, but still a comfortable minimum,
Yeah.
if that's a thing. So it really depends on, like, I feel like feedback comes from a lot of different places. And when people involve their own sort of fear and experiences, like it doesn't always apply to what you're doing. Like, for example, oh, well, I ran a business and I don't think you should like do that. It's really hard. That is garbage because it was hard. It was hard for you.
Yeah. I'm having a great time.
Exactly. And I've failed one business and I've succeeded in another.
Exactly.
And I'm the same person, but I'm not. I'm not the same person that I was when I started the first one,
Yeah.
And it's 10 years in between those two, and it's such a different experience. The first time that I started a business and I failed and I thought it was hard and I made it more complicated than it needed to be. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to do everything myself. Like why? And, like that kind of stuff. I had other problems that made that experience terrible. And now the second time around, I did a bit more research and it was so much simpler to kind of get into the whole working thing. And now I run a more complicated business model that is so much easier to run.
Yeah.
It's all separate from my, personal bank account and all that stuff. And I have an accountant and it's all kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to talk to my accountant. Like
But it's also because you've learned from past mistakes.
Dude, so much.
Yeah.
Like all the problems that I had, that I faced on the first run and then closed down my company, I took those things and like, how do I solve this? And I was like, oh shit, accountant is really good. Okay, I'll have one on, like when I need it, not, full time.
But I mean, so the other person could have given you that feedback when you started the first business.
Exactly.
And
But
given you those friendly tips and advice that like is good to hear.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to be fine. Like the business is going to be really great. And
Yeah.
if you just want to get some stress off your shoulders, maybe just get an accountant to
Yeah,
fix
and that's
that.
what I tell everyone.
Yeah, same.
Like, don't
Like,
do it
that's-
yourself.
Seriously, everything else is fine,
Yeah.
but the numbers, give that to somebody that loves doing the numbers.
And that understands how that whole
Exactly.
system works.
So
and they
you
can-
don't have to stress about that.
Yeah, and you can always kind of like, check it with them. Because
Exactly.
they'll know, or they can check with people that
That's
know.
their job.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
they can, like when you're, for example, I compare it to Googling for stuff you don't know anything about. You don't know what it's called. You don't know what it is you're Googling
Yeah, where do you
for.
even start Googling? Yeah.
Exactly. And that's how I learned how to make podcasts. Like you start, and then we ended up with like the tech that we need.
Yeah.
We didn't go for the cheapest. We didn't go for the most expensive. We just found like a middle ground, but it took research, and that comes, with failing, and
Yeah.
like you gotta try. Yeah.
Fail to succeed.
Fail to
Yeah.
succeed is like it works
Embrace the suck.
very much so, and that's why I'm a bit cautious when it comes to feedback, both giving it and like what applies to you doesn't apply to me.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, but he got rich doing that. Yeah, he got rich doing
Yeah.
that.
He might have been super lucky, and he might be extremely talented.
It's a
Who
lot of
knows?
things.
There might be
like
all of those things.
the moon was in the right place, the
Yeah.
sun was in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of things happen that you don't see, and like those like overnight success stories. Like, oh, he just became famous in one day.
Did he though?
Did he though? Yeah,
Yeah.
we see that part. That's the journey.
It's one Instagram post.
Yeah, it's one Instagram post. It's one
Compiled
article
over 23 years.
of failure.
Yeah.
but again, like that's why I'm cautious of feedback, because once you start, like some people just like to talk about things, and it just like
Just Jackie Chan all the time. I like to talk.
who like to talk. Yeah, but it's so good. It's so perfect.
We should have that.
We should have that button. Yeah, I like to let people talk who like to talk, because then I can see how full of shit they are, and he's the best.
Yeah, he is.
But again, feedback is like, I think there are stages where you could get feedback, but sometimes you just got to start by being creative.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's a very good place to start in, because then you'll do the thing that you're passionate about, and then you'll see the shortcomings. I'm trying to see the time. Sorry, just so we can see how long we're recording for.
So we're not just cut off.
Exactly. So just start creatively, just to get your idea out there. And, once you have something like your script, if we use that as an example, if you were just getting feedback,
Hang me out there for everyone.
but it's so good because
Which one are we talking about? The one I sent you?
it doesn't matter which one.
No.
The thing is, you wrote enough for feedback to be applicable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But that took me a while.
but that took you a while. But I think you need that. You need to
Yeah.
write without, I need to
constraints.
think
Yeah.
about this, and
Yeah,
I think to think about that, and that'll come with experience. You will think about those things.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to start something, because you got like a lot of scary feedback. Because I think a lot of feedback from someone experienced can also be, like it's like learning to drive.
Yeah.
How you think there's like a million buttons and levers and things that you need, and the 3 pedals and the fucking traffic
And the
from
seashells. The 3
dude, and the seashell
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
by the seashore, and but it feels like flying a fucking plane
Yeah.
in the beginning when
Yeah.
you're driving, and then eventually you don't think about anything. Your mind just empties.
It's all reflex, and you just know
and it's the cars in the front, the cars in the back, the cars
Yeah.
on the sides.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you
got
don't
some
give a shit.
doors.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got some doors.
There you go.
You're talking to someone as you're looking at all these things, and that's where you want to get. But if you just start with like someone just giving you like a million things to keep track of, it's super fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's why.
you can go driving and you can have a lot of fun, but if you want to
Exactly.
go somewhere and you don't know how to get
Just
there,
close your eyes and
it'd be
life will
good to
take you.
asking Ilias for directions when you're driving. You know what I mean? Yeah. You need somebody that tells you where to go sometimes.
no, of course,
So
of course.
just to drive the metaphor further.
Oh man,
Oh.
I didn't get any of that.
No,
but my
okay.
brain
Everybody
just-
else did. I'm sure.
I'm sure. We never confuse anyone with
Yeah.
our metaphors.
It's going to take you longer to get somewhere if you're driving alone than if you ask for directions, is what I mean.
Unless you know the area really well. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
No,
like
but that
confused.
also works. It definitely works. Just thinking of my story, and it was terrifying sending the script to you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I had reached that point where I was driving in my car, but not knowing where I was
Where
going anymore.
With it, yeah.
So then I send it to you, and I had an idea of where I should be going, and then you just sort of confirm that that is the right direction, but also
Yeah, well, that's nice.
this area here confuses me. Maybe maybe leave that
Yeah,
out.
but
you know.
actually, you really took that well as well. Like I didn't get that, and you were like, "Oh, but it's this and that," and I was like, "Okay." And then you know what's missing, and then I understand
Exactly.
the whole thing.
But just from getting
Yeah.
that little bit of feedback fills in the gaps that I was missing. So it just helps me along the way.
Yeah.
But now I kind of shelved that whole project.
But that
still,
doesn't matter because you've written the other one now,
yeah.
which is
but it
super
also
cool.
did help me to
Yeah.
keep writing the other one,
Yeah.
to push that one more than the crazy one, you know? So again, it just helped. But it did,
Yeah.
like I was working on it a full year before I sent it to you.
But that was fun as well. You had so much, and then it's so much easier as well to give feedback that feels justifiable to give. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you show me a sketch, I'm not going to give you like a million ideas or
No.
a lot of feedback. I'm like, that looks really promising. I might give you like, oh, have you thought about this? And sometimes you have, you know,
Yeah.
when you've done some of the posters, I was like, did you think about this? You were like, yeah, I tried that and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need to get past, get something out before you get the feedback. And
Exactly. And I mean, that is how the whole feedback thing works and should work. But yeah, I mean, we're, again, always talking in circles. But
Yeah, but to kind of take it to a different place as well, is that, how like a lot of creators, whether it's a TV show or a game, when they listen too much to the players,
Disney.
for example, being one of them. But I feel like it's like, no, make the game you set out to make. And start there. Like, that's what you should be doing. Don't listen to the loudest people on the internet because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, but exactly. I think Grand Theft Auto is a great example of this.
Dude.
Because they do something great, and then the next game they just improve of what's really good
yeah.
and take away what was not good.
Yeah.
And then
But they still
next
make
game-
their game. You know what I mean?
It keeps going in the same direction.
Yeah.
It's a clear, like, continuation of the thing. Or let's go Mission Impossible, the movies, because
As it would.
they just take away all the bad stuff and add the good stuff and add more of the good stuff as they go. I mean, they've done so many now that it's ridiculous. I don't know how many they've done, 6 or 7. But it's just progressively better with each new installment of that franchise.
I have not seen anything past 2. I've seen a bit of 3, which is the John Woo one, right?
No, 2
That's
is
2.
John Woo.
Okay, with
3
the
is
chopper and the-
J.J. Abrams.
Okay, so I haven't seen anything past 2.
I think, and from 3, it just gets better. Like,
Oh,
3
really?
is really good. 4 is even better. 5 is even better. And it just,
What?
yeah.
Okay.
I really, really
I
love
might actually watch those.
You
then,
should.
just as a guilty pleasure kind of thing, like good, like old time action, like
And
old school action.
You have to realize that Tom Cruise is the new
Does.
Jackie Chan. Like, he
That is
does
insane. No, dude, I saw when he jumped off the building and broke his foot on
his
the
ankle.
fucking-
Yeah. No, he
keeps running after, like he
Yeah.
climbs up and runs with the broken ankle, and then cut, and he's broken.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
It's insane.
Like that Scientology psyche.
I think it's in the 4th one. He flies a helicopter and does helicopter stunts, not just flying.
I
a
heard.
helicopter. Like,
yeah.
he does the fucking stunts that not a lot of people on this planet can do. He does that. He hangs
Dude,
from the
in my
airplane.
head now.
He's climbing the Khalifa.
Dude.
He's
Yeah,
doing all
he's
this
doing the things, yeah.
It's
Dude, I
insane.
just thought like
and running.
he
Obviously.
broke the 4th wall with his ankle. Just like I don't know why. Just like when he jumps and hits the wall, and you just see it like
coming.
it's-
Yeah.
Fuck.
But that's the cool thing. And I think like those things add to the awesomeness of the movie. So you go and watch the movies because you know
Yeah, he does
that
that.
he's doing
He
all
does
that
the Jackie
crazy.
Chan slow-mo jumps and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, so knowing that he breaks his ankle on that thing makes you love him more for actually doing another one of those movies afterwards, because it's like, where the fuck else what's the next thing he's gonna break,
And his sci-fi movies are good as well.
Yeah, I think, like,
enjoy it.
seriously, he's a crazy person.
He's a crazy person, but I think
but
that's
has
what makes
he done
it good.
like one bad movie?
Probably.
Probably, but
But
I can't
they're,
think of it.
No, but they're really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does a lot of good stuff.
So yeah,
So
You know,
feedback, no.
Yeah, feedback. To Tom Cruise.
No, but I think just like staying true to your vision. Like if you have something, let's say a game, and it has broken mechanics, fix it. Otherwise, you know, like if it's feedback, like the players are really frustrated because it feels broken.
Doesn't
That's a different
run
thing.
well. you know.
Yeah. But we're not talking about that stuff. We're just talking about the
Personal-
heart of the game or the movie or the fucking thing that you're making. And that's where like Love, Death, and Robots is a perfect example, you know, where like hate it or love it, they are making stuff that they enjoy.
Yeah, it's the creator's vision
Yeah.
that we get to just watch.
Yeah, exactly. And
And that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Everything that we watch should be that.
please, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Because right now
that
everything has that woke, like a spoon of woke, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's like spoonfuls of woke, and it's so like as soon as I saw like this How I Met Your Mother, the poster for the new one, I was like, no, thank you,
exactly.
no, thank you.
How I
we
Met Your
are
Father.
good. How I Met
Like,
Your Father. Yeah, that's what it was
Jesus.
called. And I don't mind the spinoff.
No.
I just don't want to see it because immediately I know what it's about. It's
Yeah.
about being woke in your face.
Yeah.
And that's not a great premise for a show. A great premise for a show is like a good story, fun jokes,
Yeah.
not How I Woke Your Father.
How I Woke Your Father. Oh, that's good. I love that.
And you know, like, and that's what happens when you take society as feedback.
Yeah.
Fuck society.
Yeah.
Make the thing, tell the story that you want to tell. Don't let anyone else. Like, if you work for a company that just wants to do that kind of shit, you know, I'm not going to tell you to say no to a paycheck,
No.
but, you know, like, get enough fuck you money to do your thing.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, that's as true as we can get, I think.
Yeah. No, but I think that kind of like summarizes, and it would be awesome to hear what you have to say about it. You know, like, because
But let me just ask you
Mm-hmm.
this. Do you want feedback? Like if you're publishing something on Instagram, would you like feedback
on my artwork,
yeah.
not at all.
Of course not.
Like, that's not the point of my art.
No.
Like, that's just like the ink stuff, for example. Like, it's fun to like, oh, it would be cool to do this.
Yeah.
But, you know, and sometimes I'm like, that is such a fucking good idea that I will steal it, and I will tell them I will steal that.
Yeah.
But just like, oh, you should have drawn the trees like this or that. Like,
And that's what
I know that.
some
You know what I
people
mean?
have, like this thing where they
This
think
Tourette's where they need
Yeah.
to tell you. Yeah.
that's the comment. Like,
Yeah.
and I've had that myself when I scroll past an image and go like, "Oh,
Mm.
no." Like, and I start writing,
Yeah.
and then I realize, like, one, I don't know this person. I've
Yeah.
never seen them before in my entire life. What right do I
But
have?
I think you did it more in the early days of
Yeah.
Instagram. You would give the feedback
Yeah,
and nothing more.
yeah,
And like, if it's me, I get it.
yeah.
Because that's like, oh, that son of a bitch. And then when I did good, you would write that. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but we know each other. We
That's the
we
thing.
know the thing, yeah.
So
but if you write
we
that,
have
yeah.
our way of
We have-
communicating.
yeah.
I can write anything, and you would
Yeah,
understand.
and I would understand
Yeah,
where it's coming
but
from.
if it's just this random person
Yeah,
that
yeah.
drew something that just bugs me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, no, shut up, Rob.
Yeah,
Like,
and sometimes you
don't
want to be
have
quick as well.
Yeah.
So you write like, you should have like just moved the portrait a bit to the right, and
Yeah.
that's all you write because
And
like,
they're like, what?
yeah,
what
Like,
portrait?
yeah, what? Yeah, exactly. Like you should have done the nose differently.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Yeah,
The other
and,
eye.
and they don't get the other eye. Yeah, but just like it comes off so fucking terrible.
Yeah.
you know.
So just take a breath if you do feel inclined to write a person your
Yeah.
feedback. Don't.
Don't. Yeah, your opinion does not matter.
No. If anything, maybe write them like a personal DM and explain it more thoroughly, or, you know, give them a compliment first, you know, ease it in.
Exactly. You
Lube
look
helps.
nice.
Yeah, exactly that.
Actually, when I started posting a bit about the photography stuff, people are like, "Oh, you should photograph this and that," and no. You know, like, I was
Why?
like not interested in any of that.
Why are you telling me this?
Why? Yes, it's like make me a bicycle clown.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like,
And
it
you're
doesn't
working with
come,
balloons.
Yeah. And it doesn't come from a bad place. You know
No.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But I don't know why we as humans really feel like we need to tell other people about things, that we have thought about as if they're profound. Sometimes you do things and you're like, that does not work.
Backseat drivers.
Yeah.
All of us.
All of us. No, but I think
everything.
sometimes you need to kind of, Hannibal Lecter yourself and just put that fucking, the face mask on so you can't bite people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
If you get it, you get it.
You get it. Yeah, exactly. Then you're old.
No feedback needed on this episode. Yes, we know.
But basically that.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, oh, your episodes are a bit chaotic. Yes, that is the thing about how we do things.
Yeah. All the bad things that you want to say, yes, we know.
We know.
And more.
Yeah.
If you only knew.
and the same thing with the weird stuff that comes out of our mouths sometimes, and you immediately, without anyone listening, noticing sometimes, is like, what the fuck did I just say? But you've said it, and it's out there.
Yeah.
You move on. Like, that's how conversations work. Like, they're fucked up.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck. Embrace the thing.
The dum-dum.
Embrace the dum-dum bus. Yeah, when you're on the dum-dum bus, just accept.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But it is, like, super interesting, a topic. Would love to sort of hear your thoughts on this weird topic.
Yeah. Are you terrified of feedback, or do you really look for feedback? Is that something that you would want to get more on your stuff? We do have a full Discord filled with people.
I think we've talked about feedback at some earlier point. And that's where we cover what is the definition of feedback and blah, 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 how to give feedback and how to get. This is not about that.
No.
This is more about
feelings.
I would say like getting too much feedback at wrong stages in your creative process, I think, that are more to hinder
than to help.
Exactly. And just like putting fears, or people putting their fears in the shape of feedback and kind of discourage you from starting ever anything. Like, it's
let go of the ego.
Lego.
Lego. Hey.
Straight circle.
Snappity.
Son of a
Oh, that was the wrong. I forgot that we were on this one. I thought, fuck, wrong soundboard.
Yeah. So
God
good.
damn,
Though.
I forgot.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, again, join the Discord, join the conversations, and if you want feedback, there you go. You have a full folder thing.
Folder. Folder and Scully. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. Fuck this. We are moving on. That is the perfect moving on.
Yeah. Awesome. Any toolies?
Moving on.
Hey!
And retro time.
Retro time, man. Where's Arnold? Come on.
I'll be back.
We are back.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one
Retro
that was.
time. Retro. Yeah. So I would just like to talk really quickly about the...
Can you do it in the Cosby voice? No.
I just like it to talk, and it became an Italian.
I'm Italian Cosby. You know.
You can't put me on the spot like that.
Roofie. No. Oh, no. Roofie doo.
My fingers and you're sleeping, and I
No.
Son of a bitch.
Cosby. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Love Death Robots.
Love Death Robots.
Yeah, because we talked about it.
Beep, beep, bop.
So, yeah, just generally season 3 or volume 3.
That was 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
But it should be 3 thumbs up since it's the 3rd volume.
Yeah, your penis. counts as one.
Europeanus sounds like a continent.
Europe.
I am from Europe. Europeanus.
Yeah, it's in the peninsula of the peninsula.
Worst. Talk about flaccid
flaccid
jokes. Yeah, flaccid jokes.
We're flaccid lining.
No, and oh my god, I get we're tired. This is the second episode of the day. Fuck this shit. We're prepping for summer.
Love that robots.
I was like, dead.
But I really love the love that.
How is this going to be listenable?
I don't know.
We're like, it's dead,
I was totally off my game today. It's
same.
Yeah, just
enjoy summer brain.
There you go. But I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. They went back to Volume 1, did pretty much what we wanted in Volume 2.
Did a lot of things right. Yeah.
So,
tell him, Marty.
I don't want to dive too deep into it because we are going to at some point.
At some point in the future.
Stay tuned. Summer.
Yes. So watch Love, Death, and Robots.
Yes.
Volume 3
Or
and
all
also
of them.
2 and 1. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All of those. But yeah, it just really fueled my inspiration, and specifically certain stories really made me want to just start writing more shorter stories. So, and that in combination with Maddie and his bombardment of new stuff.
Bombardment.
That, hopefully that'll be an episode in the future if we actually manage to do something.
For those of you that still haven't watched Love, Death, and Robot, is that like Love, Death, and Robots, like you either hate it or love it or meh, but it's going to make you feel something.
And you're going to like feel all of those throughout every volume, I think. One episode is going to be like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, exactly. This is stupid. This is wrong. This is I hate it. This is I love it.
And then the next episode kicks in and you're like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. And then that same studio will do something that you hate again. Yeah. Like it's the same studio sort of like jumping around.
That's how it goes.
But it's I really recommend you watch it and hiccups because it is a hell of a ride.
Yeah. And it's more or less the only big thing that I watched this week. So enough of Love, Death, Robots. We're saving that. I also watched, it counts as a retro now for sure. Kingpin. The movie Kingpin.
Oh, shit, Kingpin. Yeah. I was like, the bad guy?
No.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson. Bill Murray.
One of my favorite comedies.
Yes.
That one and Big Lebowski, I think, are.
Big Lebowski, for sure, more top than Kingpin.
Oh, of course. But
Kingpin is just like, kind of like Anchorman. It just has these epic, quotable quotes and just certain things. Like for me, it's always going to be, who are you calling a psycho? Like, when he's in the bar. Like, it's just these small little things that made me chuckle throughout the whole thing. Has it aged well, though? No.
Of course not.
Because it's old now.
It's old, but it has its moments, man.
Sexist and all of this. But it's still like the Farrelly brothers, is that it? Or the Farrell?
I don't remember, but
the people that made something about Mary.
It's like
all of those.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
It has its really good scenes. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Exactly.
And it has those moments, and then it has, the wrong moments.
Yeah. We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
Yeah.
For example. Like, amazing. So, but just introducing Santa
like
to that
love
world.
that joke.
Yeah, I really do.
It's the best
Yeah,
joke.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. But it was a fun ride to go back and watch it because I haven't seen it in a couple of years now. But did it hold up? No, unfortunately. I didn't like it as much as I used to.
Of course.
So is that me becoming more sad and broken, or is it just me growing up? I don't know. Somewhere in between.
Oh, but dude, I watched some fucked up shows as a kid, movies like that I enjoyed. I don't even know how basketball would hold up today.
It's amazing.
It's amazing?
It's fucking amazing.
Okay, yeah.
It's the best.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still basketball. Let's just say it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I mean, we've grown up, so our stupidity is a little bit more
refined.
In check. Yeah.
Refined stupidity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a good one.
Exactly that. Yeah. What's a good wine, Elias?
I don't know
There
anything
you
about
go.
wine. A Pinot stupid.
Pinot colada.
Pinot colada. Is
It's
Pinot
that-
a wine even? I don't know. How do you say that?
Pinot.
Pinot.
Yeah.
I have no
Pinot,
fucking
Pinot
idea.
Noir.
No, I said it better.
Yeah.
Pinot stupid.
But yeah, I mean, I still had a good time watching Kingpin. If you have to pay for it to watch it,
No.
don't. But I couldn't find it on any streaming services, so luckily
I have the
found
DVD,
it. Yeah,
or I had the DVD. I don't know if I still have it.
but I did. It took me forever to dig out because it was behind the TV, of
That's
course.
how I had it. I borrowed it from you a
Oh,
long ass
there
time
you
ago.
go. So you never had it.
Yeah. I never had it.
Never fucking had it. But yeah, good times. And yeah, what did
I just wanted to join. I just wanted to join your thing.
what did you watch? That's all I wanted.
You're like the aliens from Mars attacks.
Oh
This is the episode, friends.
The button, you son of a
button,
bitch.
you son of a
You
bitch.
son of a-
Son of a bitch.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I watched. What was it called?
Is that good?
Superstore. Superstore. I think that's what it's called. It's starring a guy that I recognize but can't place.
Yeah.
The girl that was in Ugly Betty that I don't know the name of either.
Betty.
Betty. Yeah. Betty.
I think ugly is her middle name.
But yeah, it's called Superstore, I think. It's on Netflix. It has 1 million seasons, and that's why I chose it. I checked the rating. It was really high.
What's really high? Do you remember?
7 something.
Really?
Which is, yeah, like 7.6 maybe. I don't know.
Damn.
It was, yeah, I was like, what? And I've never heard of this show. So I started watching it, and it's fun. Like, there's nothing that annoys me, but I also don't love it. You know what I
Do
mean?
you laugh
Like,
out loud ever?
never.
No.
But I have like,
Not even a
No,
snicker.
yeah,
or
maybe. I like, it's not when I watch, you know, like there are
Brooklyn
some shows.
Nine-Nine.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine just makes me,
Yeah.
you know, like loud. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like the quieter it is at home, this has never
the worse it
happened.
gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superstore, I've seen 2 seasons almost.
Wow.
And I have, no, they're short episodes as well.
Okay.
And the first one doesn't have as many episodes as the second season, but it's like, I think I'm on like, I don't know, who cares? But it's enjoyable. But I don't think I'd recommend it to anyone. I don't know why. It's just one of those shows.
That's sad. Kind of, in a way.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know why though. You know, because Barry I would recommend.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine I would recommend. But
Yeah.
this one, I don't know why.
But you're still watching it.
But I'm still watching
So,
it.
I mean, that
but I also
says-
did watch like a lot of 5 episodes of Kung Fu, and it was garbage. But
yeah.
there was something that enticed me to watch, you know, and it was like I said, woke. But there was like, it was more
Woke me up.
before you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is a good thing. That is fuck. Where's
Yeah.
that soundbite?
That is fuck.
That is fuck. She started her own band. Fuck.
Embrace the fuck. Yeah. No, that doesn't work.
Embrace the fuck. Okay, we're reaching the end of our mind. Like, our minds are just falling.
So tired.
Come on. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know
Superstore.
why. Like I can't really like. I would love to. If someone has watched the show, why don't I like it as much, but still enjoy watching it? I can't. I don't know.
Because I've watched that preview thing on Netflix a couple of times and been intrigued,
Yeah.
but never to the point where I actually click it and watch it.
Yeah. I don't know what caused me to click because you know that's a psychology thing that you know.
I think what discouraged me was the manager like kept hitting on him, like in that clip that I saw.
What?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was like, I think it's the first episode and he's
Uh-huh.
applying for the job and she's just like kind of hitting on
Oh,
him.
that's not a blonde girl,
I don't know.
or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It was a questionnaire and she just kept asking him like.
Oh yes, that girl. Okay.
So it was just like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
feel like this.
Yeah.
So-
No, I get it. I get it. And that's the reason why I think the show is like, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, okay.
I can watch it, but as soon as I like saw Love, Death and Robots, I fucking left it and I went over, immediately. Like
Went
as
to
soon
the
as
good
I,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried watching Clark. Like I thought of that's why I went in.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to hear people talk Swedish. And then I clicked on something else. Like it's such a fucking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
when you're used to the English or American.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And but you've said it's good, and it probably is good.
Yeah.
So
And again,
it's
I
just that-
definitely recommend it, like seeing it with Maria.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe it will.
Yeah, it could be like
because
your-
we
your
started
thing.
watching on the Spectrum, and we still haven't gotten past season 2.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
there's the American, the new one.
Okay, because
new one.
what happened is they like there's new people now,
Yeah.
so we haven't gotten into that. And
Some of
I
the
don't
old
know.
guys are still there. So
Okay, cool. But we just haven't live.
yeah, no, we just
Maybe we should
binged
do
it.
that again
It
and then
was-
go to Clark.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Clark for sure. I still really would love to hear your initial thoughts of
Yeah.
Clarky.
But I will try to get to it. I did binge Love, Death and Robots for this episode.
Yeah.
Just to give a little, since it's been released.
Give a little bit.
And also, Stranger Things dropped.
It's going to drop
Is it? I thought it.
27th.
What?
I saw the poster today.
Oh shit! Okay,
But
then
yeah.
I thought someone said that it had dropped, but I was wrong apparently.
They've released the first 8 minutes of the first
And
episode.
nobody
I
cares
think.
about that fucking
But
idiots.
or maybe it has dropped. But I just walked past the poster and I saw the 27th of May, and I was 100% sure it was in July. It was going to drop.
yeah,
so,
that's what I thought.
So I mean, so that's cool, I guess. I mean, I'm caught up. Santa's caught up, so we can watch that together as well,
Very
which is
nice.
also good. We need something to watch.
But also, Barry season 3
Yeah.
is
It's
dropping
ongoing.
episodes.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 episodes out now.
Yeah, should be.
It should be, but I've seen 4.
Same. 4.
And yeah, it's
Is it
dark.
when did the episodes
Dude,
drop? Do you know?
I have no
Tuesdays or what?
No, I think it's later, like Fridays or Thursdays.
Thursdays maybe.
I think so. I
'Cause I know
don't know how
Wednesdays are the
HBO
Disney
works.
one.
Yeah.
Which is also dropping now.
What's dropping?
Obi-Wan, bitch.
Oh shit.
Like that's coming now.
Oh really? I
Uh-huh.
thought that was later, but then again, I have not seen any trailers for Obi-Wan because
I just saw the first
I haven't even seen
tease
that.
thing.
I've seen an image of someone walking or whatever the fuck it was, and it says Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. Obi-Wan in desert.
Obi-Wan and Desert. Yeah, that's a good show.
So,
But yeah,
not
so
excited at all.
Not
to be honest.
same. Like,
But it's like the Marvel stuff. I'm really not excited about it until I watch it, and I'm like, oh, that was actually I like it.
and that's why I think I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah,
It's either
we'll see.
another Boba Fett or it's a Mandalorian type show, where you kind of enjoy the episodes.
I really hope they go more of the dark route because there's not a lot of happy to actually pick up from during this era.
Mhm.
It's it's
It's
dark.
more like the dum dum da dum boom 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 boom
Yeah.
boom 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 boom.
I guess. Whatever that means.
I have no
that's
opinions about
exactly-
Star Wars. Is
Yeah.
that what that means? I don't care enough to care.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting. And we'll review it as it goes, I guess. We'll see. And what else have we
Bada
seen?
bing, bada boom. I have seen nothing.
I've-
No, I went to the cinema, but we talked about that last time. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
I want to see the Michelle Yeoh movie
Oh, yeah.
so that we
Everything,
can talk about it.
all the
Everything,
time,
everything,
always.
everywhere, always, something, everywhere.
All of it.
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
time.
She's all that.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. No, maybe that's not the movie.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Kiss me.
Was that from that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was
think-
from that Drew Barrymore movie, Never Been Kissed or First Kiss or
Yeah,
something Kiss.
you would think that, but
But it's
no.
not. Okay,
Maybe
okay.
it's there too. I don't know.
Maybe, who cares?
Yeah.
Because those movies are
Awesome. Is what they
sure,
are. Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Freddie Prinze Jr. and some other people, and Drew Barrymore in the other movie that I mentioned.
Oh my god.
And we should conclude this episode.
Yeah, we probably
because
should.
I am so tired.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Oh.
like just remember what the fuck I've seen, and I'm like, I don't.
Is there a button?
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go. That's a good ending.
I'll be back.
No,
We'll be back.
we'll be back.
He won't be back.
He won't be back. No, I think Hasta la Vista is the perfect one. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I do.
We haven't seen all that much. It's been a lot of work and no play.
I
so-
started playing GTA 5. That's the
Oh,
only
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And I started playing nothing new.
Cool.
So.
Let's not talk about any of those two
Nope.
things. I'm so tired. Have a great vacation if you have one. Otherwise, just enjoy the weather and be sad while you work.
And embrace the suck.
And
the fuck.
And the fuck.
Yeah,
and everything else.
And all of those things.
And
just like
don't
Arnold
listen to
said.
us.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
All of that stuff. Discord. And Arnold said, hasta la vista, motherfucker.
We're out.
And we are out.